Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. This is what you want to do if you want to drop your next 30 plus pounds, but also increase your energy. If you notice on a daily basis you feel tired, you have brain fog, maybe your clothes don't fit the way they used to, or if you're just like, man, I just want to be able to, go throughout my life and go throughout my day not feeling like I'm carrying so much weight. This is what I teach my coaching clients on how to do, okay? These are the high performance habits that I'm teaching them. And so if you have a very demanding career, if you have a lot of responsibilities back at home with your family, and you're like, man, you need the energy for your career, but also enough energy to still be able to enjoy time with your family and have a social life too. Okay, have a social life of abundance. You need energy for that. These are the things you want to do. So the first thing is this. I call it energy cycling. Okay, a lot of folks, when they want to lose weight, they just think about dieting. Dieting is just kind of like, it's standard. You're just eating healthy. You're eating the calorie deficit. It's pretty simple to do that, when you understand the portions. But when you not only want to lose weight, but also have energy while you're losing weight, because a big issue that I see most people have who reach out to me, they're like, man, I'm losing weight, but I feel like I'm starving. Man, I'm losing weight, but dude, I feel like I'm exhausted while I'm at work. And that's just not gonna work. That's why a lot of people tend to fall off, because they can't start this weight loss program, and they can't even perform in their career like they were beforehand. And so they need something that fits their life, that supports them, that enhances what they're doing. Okay? And so energy cycling is this. Is you prioritizing eating certain types of food throughout the day. And so, for example, when I became an online coach, before I did in-person training for over a decade. But when I became a coach, I was sitting behind a computer desk for long periods of time, man. Started getting brain fog, and I'm like, dude, why do I have this mental block? Like, I can't do nothing, and all I've been doing is sitting down all day, And it didn't dawn on me that, the type of foods that I eat affect, my energy. Not just my weight, but my energy. And so what I started doing was, instead of going to Chick-fil-A, getting me a chicken biscuit, or going to Starbucks and getting me a sausage, egg, cheddar sandwich, I started eating leaner breakfasts. I started eating breakfasts that had some type of protein, some type of healthy fat, and some type of fruit or vegetable. That way I kept my energy up high, okay, even after I got done eating breakfast. Same thing for lunch, something lean, some type of protein, some type of vegetable. And then my starchy carbs, things like rice, potatoes, and things like that, I would eat that towards the end of the day. Now, the average trainer would tell you don't eat any starchy carbs after 7 to 8 p.m. You're going to get fat. Guys, I've been doing this for years. I'm not fat. I have my coaching clients do these things as well. They're losing weight. And quite frankly, they're losing a lot of weight. I'm talking 25, 30, 35 plus pounds in only 3 months of eating this way. Okay? And so we do it this way because most times, if you ever notice, when you eat breakfast and you have a big, let's say you have like pancakes or waffles or a croissant, or let's say you go to lunch and you eat, a big foot-long sandwich from Subway or something, and you get the itis feeling. You get that brain fog, like, dang, man, I feel like I'm tired now. Not like you're sleepy, but you're just like, shit, I need to just chill for a minute. That's because you done spiked your blood sugar because of the type of foods you're eating, okay? And so we avoid this by eating those starchier carbs towards the end of the day. And so that way, if you do tend to feel a little tired and sluggish at the end of the day, you already done with all your productive work. You done. So you're good. You see what I'm saying? And so everyone's life is a little different.
This is why coaching is important, because some of my coaching clients, I have them eating their starchy carbs earlier in the day. Other clients eating it in the middle of the day, and then others, they eat it in the evening. Okay? And so you got to understand which way is going to work the best for you. But that energy cycling is critical, not just for weight loss, but being able to manage your energy and your blood sugar throughout the day. That way you're not feeling like you're starving at certain times of the day. That way you don't have that brain fog. But also, doing it the right way with the right portions with your eating, with your meals, you will lose weight. Okay? You will lose weight. No question about it. Okay? That's the first thing. That's the first high performance habit. The second high performance habit is supplement stacking. Supplements are a way to enhance what is already working, guys. I used to be the person growing up when I started buying supplements like protein shakes and fat burners and pre-workouts. You know, I didn't have my diet on point. I used to be eating soul food, and I'd come home, eat me a burger or a pizza, and wonder why I'm tired, wonder why I got brain fog. And, you know, taking all these different supplements, wonder why my body not as ripped up as I wanted it to be. This happens to a lot of people. A lot of people spend a mini fortune on supplements because they're looking for that quick fix. But you won't get the true benefits of supplements if you don't have a strong foundation with your nutrition and your lifestyle habits, you know, like physical activity, exercise, hitting the gym, things like that. And so if you're the person who's been buying supplements and you're like, man, these supplements don't work. No, the supplements work. It's a reason the supplement industry is $1 trillion industry. It works. But most people don't have the foundation to support the supplements that they're using. And so what you want to do instead is this. You want to understand how to map out your nutrition. All right? You want to have a nutrition plan. Something that I do with my coaching clients, flexible nutrition planning. That way they're able to eat foods they enjoy eating while still being able to lose weight. But it's a foundation that they have. Okay? They know their portions. They know their calorie intake, things like that. The second thing, you want to be training. We do something called lifestyle-based training. That way, even if you can't work out like a bodybuilder, at least you can work out 3-4 days a week. That's on average. Most of my coaching clients work out 3 to 4 days a week. Nothing crazy. All right. They have careers. They have, you know, family responsibilities back at home with their family. So they can't be in the gym like no 21-year-old personal trainer, bodybuilder. No, 45, 60 minutes max. They in and out. You see what I'm saying? And so they have something that supports their lifestyle. And so now that they have that foundation, so when my coaching clients come to me and they say, hey man, what type of supplements can I take to take this thing to the next level? I'm ready to get to that next level. We supplement stack. Okay? Now I'm not going to tell you all the supplements that I have my coaching clients taking, but one supplement that I am going to tell you though is vitamin D3. Okay? Vitamin D3. And you want to preferably take this. I recommend you take this. I take it every single morning, okay? With either some type of food that has some healthy fats in there, like eggs, okay? You could do some type of avocados within that breakfast, okay? I'm not saying just eat avocado with the vitamin D3. I'm saying eat a real breakfast, eat a real meal, but you want to have some healthy fats in there. It helps your body absorb the vitamin D3 a lot more efficiently, okay? Most people of color are deficient in vitamin D3. You know, I had a lady maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. She hit me up in my Facebook inbox, and she was, I don't know what made her talk to me about this story. Like, it was just unsolicited. And she was just talking about how her son passed away because he was very vitamin D3. He was very vitamin D deficient. You know, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know people could pass away from like being so deficient in vitamin D3. You know, and so vitamin D. And so you can actually get this from natural sunlight. But most people are not getting enough sun. You know, most people are sedentary. They're sitting in the house all day. Or they're sitting in an office for long hours of time. And that sedentary lifestyle can eat at your health. All right? This is like people develop heart disease from being sedentary. People develop high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes from being so sedentary. What we preach over here, what I preach to my coaching clients is not gym culture. I teach lifestyle performance, all right? Lifestyle performance habits. The habits that are going to allow you to excel in your career and in your personal life. Meaning you have more energy, you're able to lose weight so your clothes fit, And then you just have a better quality of life, man. You know, you don't have to live in the gym like a bodybuilder. And so with those supplements though, like vitamin D3, it's going to enhance what is already working. Like within the first 1 to 2 weeks, when a lot of times when my coaching members join my program, not only do they lose weight, they're like, man, coach, you know, I didn't know I was going to have so much more energy. They just feel better. And so imagine starting to feel better if you know that you're tired all the time. And then you have like that cheat code, like vitamin D3, you know. And then, you know, the supplement stack that I give my coaching clients to help them manage their stress, you know, and their energy. And so that way they can perform even at a higher level. Imagine you have somebody, let's say you're in a competitive industry like real estate, and you see somebody signing deals and doing more deals than you, and you're just like, man, how are they able to get so much done? Like, we have the same amount of hours in a day. But if they have that leverage of being in better shape, have the leverage of having more energy, got the same amount of time as you do, they're going to get more done. If you're overweight, if you're tired all the time, you go through those bouts throughout the day where you have brain fog, like, you're still good at what you do, but how much better could you be if you had more energy? Even if, and let's say you lose the 30 pounds and now you have more status. A lot of people don't think about that, guys. Being in shape, being fit, it's like demonized with normal people. Normal people demonize people who are fit. Oh, y'all think y'all better than everybody. No. Looking good increases your status. People who are, what do they call it? Handsome privilege, pretty girl privilege. It's a thing, y'all. Like, people who look better, they tend to get treated a little bit better. I'm not here to say if it's right or wrong, but I see it. So, you know, it's very important that y'all pay attention. And you got to look at your behavior sometimes. What type of people do you follow? You know, what type of coaches and fitness influencers and professionals do you follow? Do they look the part? Are they in shape? What type of personal development speakers do you follow? Or entrepreneurs do you follow? Are they in shape? Do they look the part? You see what I'm saying? That's a form of status. You're looking at the things that you like and that you admire, but you have to start living that way also. That way you can start to level up in your career, level up in your personal life, okay? You start doing these things that I just shared with you, not only will you start dropping weight, but you're also going to start having more energy to produce, all right? Being a leader, leading by example. It's hard to lead when you don't have the energy to lead. It's hard to lead when you don't have the confidence that you can lead like at a high level, because deep down you know you're not truly taking care of yourself. Like, it's people out here who super big as hell, still making bread. You know, I'm not, you know, naive to that. But what I'm saying is, how much more could they perform? How much better could they be if they lost weight? How much better could they be if they walked into those rooms and they just had that silent confidence? You know, I've had a lot of people tell me, like, you know, man, dude, when you walk in, wherever you at, like, people notice you. People, they know you ain't going up underneath the radar. Cause I tell folks, like, you know, I'm low key. I don't like to do a whole lot of talking outside of when I'm posting content. But they like, no, people notice you, dude. and a lot of times I think about guys like The Rock. The Rock, whenever he walk into a room, everybody go look. Some folks go stare. But everybody go look. And you're like, damn, I don't know who he is. Because some people might not even know who The Rock is, believe it or not. But he is so big now, you know, a lot of people probably would know. But my point is, his presence. If you want to have that type of presence to where you don't even have to do too much talking, that's silent confidence. When you walk in rooms, people, they know you somebody. And even if you ain't somebody, people go start to believe that you are somebody just off of your presentation alone. I'll end with this. I heard 50 Cent in an interview once. You know, I look at a lot of things that 50 Cent, not everything. On social media, he be posting crazy stuff. But the guy's really smart. And he was talking in an interview once. He was like, you know, when he started learning about presentation. He was like, if you're a person and you drive, you're in a car, you're in like a Toyota Prius or something like that. No shame to nobody who drives a Toyota Prius, but like a beat up Toyota Prius, and you pull up on the side of a guy that's in a Rolls Royce, and his Rolls Royce on fire, and you roll down your window, you're trying to get his attention. He not even paying attention to your ass, and he looking, and he like, I don't even want to roll down my window, just based on the presentation of that person's car. All right, not to say that the person who had that beat up Toyota Prius is a bad person, but it's presentation. That's the world we live in. But let's say you pull up and you pulling up in a Bentley, and then you roll down your window in the Rolls Royce. He like, what's up, man? And you like, hey man, your car on fire. The only reason he rolled down his window is just off of presentation, guys. This is the world we live in, especially in the world of being a high achiever. Most folks who just want to be average, they ain't gonna never understand the shit. I'm not even trying to convince people who are average to understand it. But people who are high achievers, people who live very demanding lifestyles, careers where, you know, they want to excel, and also you want to be able to have a thriving family. These things are very important. You looking the part and being able to teach your family, your children, the people you love and care about, how to live that same way too. That way you're breaking generational curses like what I had growing up. Folks in my family passed away from high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea and strokes and things like that, because we didn't understand these types of habits. But now we know. And so now the people who don't either ask me, or the people who just neglect to ask me, they don't care. You know, they continue to struggle. But now you have the opportunity to not struggle, because now you know the info. All right, other than that, we out of here. Let's get it.
Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable, and if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information, and I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.